Hello, we are the Geeks and the Degenerates. Today we'll be talking about Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. With me as always is John, and no, Nina's not here since she was in the first one, but we're all busy this time of year, so it's just two of us.
Yeah, pretty
Um,
much.
so I already thanked you for introducing me to this franchise, and I was gaslit in our high school for wanting to watch this one because it's apes and evolution, all that jazz. Even though
Yeah,
evolution has nothing to do with this.
yeah. Like for some reason, a lot of people don't want to watch
Yeah,
because apes overtake man and win.
yeah,
I was like, it's a good story though.
yeah.
It's a good lesson. Like if you don't watch this shit, you don't gonna learn anything. And there's a lot of lessons to be learned from the Planet of the Apes trilogy, which is one of my favorite trilogies.
Yeah. And out of spite, because my batch kept shaming me for wanting to watch it, I was like, you know what? Once I graduate, I'm gonna fucking watch this. And then I did. I
I
even
thought
posted
you
on
were gonna go
Facebook.
like, once I watch this, I'm gonna turn full atheist and fuck you.
I mean, that was the aftermath, or part of the
Yep.
plan too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we open up with very uncomfortable words because of the simian virus spreading across the globe, like lockdown,
Yeah.
quarantine. You're like,
Martial
oh
law,
my,
riots.
yeah,
Ooh, it was very familiar. This movie was ahead of its time. When did it come out? 2015?
14.
14. Yeah,
Yeah,
this movie was ahead of its time. It predicted what would happen 5 years later. Oh, well, sorry.
6.
10 years. 6 years later.
Yeah,
I can math.
and you see how a modern virus can decimate the entire human population. You're like, at the time, I was like, thank God, we're prepared for that, right? Probably. Apparently
I
not.
mean, right now we're kind of doing okay. Well, we didn't have the apes in our situation. If there was an outside force,
Yeah,
like
so-
like if dogs started turning on us, then I guess we would have all died out.
but you get to the opening, and the opening is quite possibly one of my favorite openings of all time because for at least 13 minutes you spend time with the apes, and it's just non-verbal communication between the apes and other apes.
Well, I can't really say non. Well, no. Yeah, you're right. At the start, it was non-verbal. They were all using sign languages, but you could see that the character with each other.
Yeah,
Oh, with it, I do like that they use facial expression and the eyes
yeah,
for the apes to show Caesar being a seasoned warrior or leader. He has more of a stern-esque look, while his son has this wide-eyed, new to the world look.
yeah,
And you see Koba, that's just Koba.
yeah. He's got a vicious streak, and you look at the apes, you're like, God damn, I've never seen such beautiful computer graphics in my life. Even with new movies, you're like, there's something about 2010s and late 2000s CGI where CGI was special. Nowadays, you're like, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, for some reasons, with the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the CGI for that was just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
While things that were recently released, like some Marvel shit, are kind of like, how come people in 2014 could do it this way while you kind of get it in a trashy way?
With a lesser budget, too, you're like, I don't understand you.
Just imagine they had to mocap the whole fur thing with rain because they were in a rainforest-esque environment.
Yeah.
Just with that little budget, and they had to do that and pulled it off. Good on you, VFX.
Yeah. Just amazing CGI, and you're like, I kind of miss when CGI was this level, and we do get some of that, maybe with Avatar, The Way of Water, but yeah. But you see how ape society works, how they hunt, and how they coordinate the hunt with each other. You see, since for the first time in a long time, we are not the dominant species, and apes have taken over, and they've gone back to how life was millions of years ago.
Hmm. I know. Okay, we're talking about spoilers here, so
Yeah.
Koba, sure, for being the antagonist here, that's an absolute unit.
Yeah.
Or the ape is an absolute unit. I think it's insulting to call it a man. Like, we get the scene where after the hunt, Caesar sees scratch marks on the tree, a bear comes out and attacks his son. And Caesar like tries to defend his son. And you just see Koba out of nowhere just get this thing in the middle of its spine and kills it immediately. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. And like before we go on, we should mention that, of course, Caesar is played by Andy Serkis and Koba is played by Toby Kebbell, who was Doctor Doom in 2015's Fantastic Four, because that's only the other movie I know him from. And like you see, their small sanctuary they made, and you see the rules that apes don't kill apes.
So, is he the one who plays Kong? Like mocap Kong?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, okay. I was thinking of the same guy.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. He does play Kong in Kong Skull Island.
And also that pilot that does. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you see in the rules, apes don't kill apes, and apes together strong. You see Maurice again, and you see Caesar's wife, and she gives birth to a child. And since they don't have technology that we use, she gets sick. And as the movie goes on, she gets progressively sicker. That's when the humans come into play. But it's literally like 13 minutes, and you're like, even Maurice brings it up, like, well, I haven't seen humans for 2 winters. I guess they're all gone. Caesar's like, yeah.
No, but it's been 10 winters since the outbreak. So that means 10 years. And then after 8 years, they just start to not see humans anymore. Like, I guess they all kind of just died out.
Yeah.
As soon as they said that, then you get the scene with Ash and Caesar's son. Did they clarify what was the name of Caesar's son?
I think it's Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes? Yeah. And you can tell that they're good friends. But they run into a human right after we have Maurice go, you haven't seen him in 2 years. Maybe they're all gone.
Yeah. And then Ash is shot by Carver. And then you see the rest of the crew played by Jason Clarke, who is Malcolm, and then Kerry Russell, and future Nightcrawler guy. Cody Smith McPhee, I think that's his name.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the kids who start to look like that Butterfield guy from Ender's Game.
Right?
No, seriously, a lot of people are starting to have that face.
Yeah, Ash Butterfield, that's his name?
Yeah.
And then the whole troop surrounds the humans, and they're like, Malcolm's like, I think we should put our weapons down. We don't want to make them angrier.
Yeah, like the fact that your team leader kind of just goes, put your guns down, and you go, what the fuck? Why?
Like, do you
As
not
if
see?
you're gonna make it.
Do you not see the things that endanger the planet? And then Caesar tells them to go, and they're like, yeah, we're going, bye.
By the way, that shit was fun. This is the first time we hear Apes talk in this movie. We've heard him talk in the previous movie, but this is the first time in this movie where he goes, go, and then all of the apes start saying go.
Yeah.
And it starts to echo through the forest, and I was like, if I had heard that, I would have shat myself on the spot.
And then they go back to San Francisco, the humans, and then they meet up with Dreyfus, who's played by Gary Oldman, and they're like, you wouldn't believe what we just saw. The apes fucking talk, and Malcolm saying this like, he's like, I can't believe they talk, it's remarkable. And Carver's like, what do you mean remarkable? They almost killed us.
Well, I mean, yeah, you shot one of them, didn't you?
Yeah.
These are the characters I hate the most, but I get it. You know, like, if you just not moved, the world would have been better for it. But of course, we need those characters to learn a lesson. But Gary Oldman's character, Dreyfus, is just like, I don't know what you saw back there, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't what you saw. Like, bitch, you weren't there.
Right?
4 other people in this vehicle are telling you that they talked, and you're just denying it.
And he's like, don't tell the others, the colony, because they're already having a hard time and they're going to freak out. And
yeah, like, we don't need any more ape news.
Yeah.
And then the apes came.
Yeah, like, because Koba tells Caesar, like, we need to show a force of strength, and then they definitely do. They march on San Francisco, and then you see the people are like, holy shit, that's a lot of apes. The gates open.
Dreyfus is like, that is more than 80.
Yeah. Gates open and Malcolm steps forward and Caesar just goes, apes do not want war, but we'll fight if we must.
Yeah, I love that. I love it that Caesar's all out for peace. Just leave us alone. Don't come back.
Yeah.
And Malcolm, being the sensible person in this fucking movie, one of the only sensible people in this movie, is like, you got it. But we will die if we can't, fix that damn dam.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Malcolm's son drops a pack with his sketchbook, and Caesar returns it.
Yeah.
This is the sign that they are more than just apes.
Yeah.
This was somewhat kind of a peace treaty, but them coming with an army was also a warning.
I love how Caesar just speaks and everybody's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't know they could talk.
They keep going with this whole theme with Andor where they're like, they won't fight back.
Yeah.
They're just dumb people, or they're just dumb apes.
Yeah.
And then they start talking. Really? They're talking, you're speaking your language, they understand your words. And they can formulate sentences. You're still going with their animal.
Yeah. And that's what Dreyfus tells the people. And he's like, don't worry, we'll find an alternate way to restore power. But then Malcolm tells him, like, there's no other way. We need a dam. He's like,
yeah,
give me 3 days, and I will try to convince Caesar. And Dreyfus is like, all right, I'll check the armory, check what's working, and then if you don't have a solution in 3 days, we'll go up there and we'll kill every one of them.
If you're not back in 3 days,
yeah,
we're going there and killing every single one of them.
Yeah. Like, Gary Oldman's not really in this movie that much, but he has an impact, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I wish he was here more. As like I really thought he was gonna be the villain. Like the guy who is too traumatized to see any reason to trust the apes and just wants to fight them and for humanity to just carry on. But that's not the case, sadly.
Yeah.
So there's one thing I will say. To the people who did Godzilla and Transformers, this is how you do a huge movie about a creature or another character that is not human and make humans likable or, I don't know, worth their time being in a movie.
Yeah.
Like with Godzilla, we don't care about the family guy. We just want to see Godzilla fight. But here, they made the humans interesting.
Yeah. Like Matt Reeves does such an amazing job with striking that balance between making the apes very compelling and also making the humans very compelling. Where it's just done in such an amazing way, and that's why you're like, this is why you picked this guy to direct something like the Batman. Because he can tell compelling stories. If he can do it with apes, he can definitely do it with an orphan boy.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. Orphan boy dressed up as a bat with issues. But that's not about that. Ellie and Malcolm's son are like, Alexander, I think his name is. We're like, we want to come with you. You're not going on your own. And you're like, all right. And then you drive up to the spot. And Malcolm's like, if I'm not back here in 2 hours, you gotta go back to the city. And then he goes to the sanctuary, and then a big, massive gorilla just sounds the alarm. I'm like, how come Malcolm's not shooting himself with one gorilla? It's like, what? Hey, big boy.
When all the apes just took him and he just screamed, I was like, nope, I would have died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
Apes scare me. Not because I was like, oh, they're a damn dirty ape. Nah. They are very strong creatures.
Yes.
They don't look much, but when you see one up close, they're about your height with more the strength. They can pull your arms apart.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. That's how strong these things are. One of the apes were holding 2 LMGs and not flinch. Like he was akimboing 2 LMGs. That's how strong these things are.
And then Malcolm tells Caesar about the dam, and Caesar's like, show me. And then he takes him to the dam, and he's like, we need this to restore power to our city. Just give us time, and we'll do it, and we'll be out of your way. And Caesar agrees, but on the condition that you give us all your guns.
I love the dialogue between Malcolm and Caesar, where he's trying to explain like hydropower and electricity, and I was kind of thinking the same way as Malcolm. Like, are you understanding any of this? And Caesar goes, yeah. He just goes like that, and you get it. It was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
He understands like like not hydroponics. That's for plants. Like hydropower and the like electricity. It was like,
yeah.
But this movie really just shocked me with how they use Caesar to communicate with other people. Sure, he starts to fully use words, like how I am not doing right now. But them delivering it in probably one-syllable words, so good.
Yeah, and then they take their guns, and Koba's confused, like, why are you letting these humans do this? They're like, they seem desperate, and they're just gonna do their human work. And Koba's like, human work? See this? Human work?
Yeah, this is all human work.
Human work! And Caesar's like, want to say that again?
Yeah, you out of line, boy.
Koba's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Caesar.
He pulls a Kevin Hart. Sorry. No, but I get where Koba's coming from.
Yeah.
You can't just have somebody or something just change their mind on the whim because you say so.
Yeah, and Caesar tells Blue Eyes that like the only thing Koba ever learned from humans is hate, and that's all he got, and that's why he's the way he is with humans. The next day, they go out to the dam, and Caesar asks Maurice like, "Where's Koba?" He's like, he's still mad, but actually Koba's going to the San Francisco to investigate, and they see the armory, and like he sees how many guns they have, and it's a good reason to be worried because he's like, well, they wanted to, they could take over our entire sanctuary, kill every single one of us, and like he's surrounded by 2 humans, and he plays the dumb ape card, and they're like, hey, he's just a stupid monkey, we'll let him go.
Yeah.
And like the switch when Cobra's just like, I'm an idiot, and he turns to his friend, he's like, we have to do something about this. They're like, yeah.
They're letting emotes. I'm sorry, but I'm a sucker for this shit. When you let people emote instead of like say things.
Yeah.
Like their face alone says a lot.
Yeah.
And I love that shit with this movie. Again, one of my favorite trilogies.
Yeah, that's why you pick strong actors like Andy Serkis and Toby Kebbell to do those emotions. Where like, I wish Toby Kebbell got more roles, both, non-mocap and mocap at the same time, because he is a strong actor.
Yeah.
And then they go to them, and they're trying to use explosives, but the explosives trigger collapse, and Caesar gets his troop to help them. And then they have this bonding moment where they're healing their injuries, and Caesar's youngest son starts crawling on Ellie and Alexander, and they're like, cute little baby monkey. And then the monkey goes over to Carver's toolbox and he sees a shotgun. Carver tries swatting away at Caesar's youngest son, and then Blue Eyes comes to the rescue, and then he knocks him to the ground for a bit, and then he fends off the other 2 men, and then Carver gets the shotgun. He's like, I'll kill you. Then Caesar just decks him.
Yeah. I love that shit. Caesar just grabs a shotgun and just wham! But I don't get it. You can see that nobody's attacking nobody. Carver's just a racist or a speciesist.
Yeah.
Where he's like, they're damn dirty apes.
Yeah.
We did also get a scene where Carver was revealed that, hey, Malcolm actually had a wife before Ellie, and Ellie had a daughter before Alexander.
Yeah, he was
And they
stepping
all-
over the line.
Yeah. But this guy's like, deny. There's, they died from the virus. Well, the chimps didn't. Well, the apes didn't, start the virus. It was humans.
Yeah.
But the dude's still too blind to see that, and just nope. It's all the apes' fault.
Yeah. And like Caesar just uses the shotgun like it's a fucking hammer, or like, holy fuck, this fucking ape.
Yeah, I really thought he was gonna do like a.
Yeah.
But nah, he just tosses it into the river, and that was that.
Yeah, and he tells the humans to leave because he's obviously enraged, and he can't trust them. And then Malcolm goes back and he's like, I know he can't trust us, but please, the dam, we need power. And then Ellie comes with him. He's like, your wife doesn't look all too well. We have medicine to help her. And then Caesar allows her to take care of his wife. And he's like, fine, you can stay here for 1 day.
1 day. Oh, we need more time. 1 day.
1 day! We're like, oh, okay. Don't push it, Malcolm.
Yeah. Caesar is not a bitch.
Yeah.
Caesar doesn't just appease to humans or like he doesn't give way right immediately. Nah. Man has boundaries. I like that.
Yeah.
Caesar B Sigma.
And then, like, I love when, I forgot the name of the African American guy who locks up Carver in the truck. He just slams the door on him.
The man just like pushes him.
Yeah. Just slams the door on him and is like, I'll see you tomorrow, asshole. Like, goddamn right.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Yeah. And then, like, it's bad timing because Blue Eyes refuses to help with the humans, and he's staying at the sanctuary when Koba arrives. Like, where's Caesar? He's like, he's with the humans. Because Koba's panicked, like, oh fuck, they have enough weapons to kill every one of us. Where's your dad? Funny you should mention humans. He's with them. And then he gets there and he just bullies poor Alex, just pushes him to the floor. And then Maurice is like, boy, you better not.
I love Maurice, even though you don't see him a lot.
Yeah.
Throughout the trilogy, man has such an impact being the wisest of the whole clan.
Yeah.
Like, for sure, he's the one who taught everybody how to do sign language, and probably will teach them how to read.
Yeah, probably.
Since he got that comic book from Alex.
Yeah.
But you see Caesar at the background, and Koba and Caesar have this dialogue of, hey, you're starting to... I'm starting to question your loyalty to who you stand for. Do you like the apes more than us? Do you like the humans more than us? And do you like the humans more than your own self?
Yeah.
Of course, Caesar doesn't like that and beats the shit out of Koba.
Yeah. Like, he's more vicious than Koba because he has more to lose. Because if he loses, it's not like alright, Koba, you have your way. Because he'll lose the entire group because the apes will be like, oh fuck, Koba's the alpha now. So Caesar has to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Not saying that's a good leadership, but...
Just how apes works.
Here. But you see, Caesar still has mercy.
Yeah.
He has that one rule of apes don't kill apes.
Yeah. And then Koba again's like, I'm sorry, and then does the thing. And then he runs away. And you're like, I hope that's the end of that. But no, it's not. But yeah, they help the humans while Koba goes back to the armory and he again plays the dumb monkey card. And then he pretends to drink whiskey and then spits it out. And people are like, funny ape, stupid monkey. And he grabs a gun and they're like, oh, please. Maybe he's just a dumb monkey. Maybe it's just bang. Like, no.
I love that. Koba pretty much had it on a gangster hold.
Yeah. And then, with the apes' help, they're able to restore electricity. Like, you see that gas station scene. Like, it's a scene straight out of The Last of Us, though. I kind of prefer clickers more than apes, because apes are kind of scarier than clickers, because clickers can climb trees.
I feel like you can negotiate with apes, though.
And that, too. But
like, you can just be like, hey, I'm not harmed. And
True,
if you're
but
with Caesar, you got a high chance of hey, befriending him. With clickers, I don't think you can befriend any clickers.
True, but the only rule with clickers like don't make any noise and you're good. With apes, it's like oh they have better hearing,
But
better
from
smell.
what we've learned from A Quiet Place, it's impossible for us to not make noise our entire lives.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I love the gas station scene when they have power. They're just having good time, and Caesar's like, "I trust you."
Gross. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I again, that's it. I can't wait for. Like, I can't wait for The Last of Us because the show. After seeing this, it looks exactly like The Last of Us.
Yeah,
Yeah, you seeing them with like dilapidated cars going into dilapidated buildings and trying to restore what piece of humanity that's left within
Yeah.
this world. It's just nice to see, and seeing that, I made me more excited. Or rewatching this made me more excited for the Last of Us TV show.
And then Caesar takes them to the sanctuary, and he's like, "The lights," and he shows them the city's working. They're all in a good mood. Everybody's having a good time, and he even has a moment with his son and wife. And then down below, you see Koba crawling, because he beat the shit and killed Carver, I assume.
Yeah, took his hat
Yeah.
and had a gun from the armory.
Yeah,
Killed Caesar.
Yeah. Caesar just like,
And
it's Koba. Wait, pong.
here's what. Okay, so you see Blue Eyes like, hey, I found this where Caesar was shot. Well, he was like, wait, did he say that they killed Caesar? Blue Eyes, because I don't remember. Because once Koba came, got the gun, and he was like, they killed Caesar. Nobody said anything about Caesar dead.
No, but they assume because of the gunshot and the missing body. They're like, oh shit, someone shot Caesar and they fell.
I guess. I'm not sure. Anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't really
before
check.
me, I was like, Koba, you're a bit sus. But
Yeah.
nobody's calling him out for it.
Yeah. But he rallies the troops. He's like, they killed Caesar. They burned Ape home.
Murray's like,
Yeah, he just turns to the humans, just like, run. And they're like, good call. And then Koba rallies the troops. He's like, fight back. Fight for Caesar. And then they all ride out to the armory, and the poor people are like, wait, it's a lot of apes. Meanwhile, back in the settlement, you see Dreyfus have this moment, very touching moment of when his iPad is recharged and he just sees his memories, and then when he gets to his kids, he starts to break down. We're like, even though
This
you're not
is-
here a lot,
Yeah.
it's still a very emotional moment.
powerful scene. Even his last moments in this movie.
Yeah.
This is such a shame because I feel like Dreyfus would have been that type of character if it all worked out. He got the power back. There was a peace treaty between the apes and the humans where, yes, you could go to the dam, use the power, just so you could survive. If there was a bit of like camaraderie there, I feel like it would have worked between Caesar and Dreyfus.
Yeah.
They would have seen eye to eye, but because of Koba, surprisingly enough, the apes started the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you would think that like, oh, humans they get what they deserve, and humans tend to fuck up a lot of things.
Yeah.
This time, it was the apes who did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they believe Carver, a human, killed Caesar, so they're all angry about it. And then before the settlement can reach, or they have made contact with the military base, but before they can say anything, they're attacked by the apes. And you like see Dreyfus and the rest try their very best to prepare, but they're swarmed by the apes. Even though at the start they do push them back until Koba rallies them. Like he just gets two LMGs and starts shooting out the barricades. You're like, Koba's out of his mind, but he's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Also, I feel like the tank guy was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Like, man, what the fuck? Sure. Why wouldn't you have like a pistol on your side? But no, he just tries to like get out of the tank once Koba got into the tank. I
Yeah.
was like, no, just pull out the sidearm and shoot him. You're in close quarters combat.
Going back,
But
like,
oh well.
that is such a sweet scene. Koba coming out of the flames on a horse with a machine gun. We're like, oh, holy fuck, this movie is pretty fucking sick.
And again, using emotes and actions
Yeah.
show morale within the ape army. They're like, they see Koba. They are all at awe at Koba,
Yeah.
which gave them the morale to just push forward.
Malcolm and Ellie, and then they find Caesar, and they think he's
Mhm.
dead, but he starts moving. They're like, "Oh fuck, our only
Yep.
hope is still alive. We better take care of him."
And this is where we find out that man didn't do this. It was Ape,
Yeah.
which shocks both of them.
Yeah.
Because now, I love this. You see the comparisons between 4 different characters. You see Caesar and Malcolm being pretty much alike. Like, sure, you're a different species, but we're very alike. But now with Carver and Koba, they're also very alike.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what shocks them. This, not all apes, but just this one ape just wants war with humans. He wants humans to pay.
Yeah.
Just like how Carver was with apes, where he just wants apes to pay for completely different reasons with completely different apes or different circumstances that has happened.
Yeah. And then you see the aftermath of like Koba imprisoning people, and then he tells Ash to kill this one guy. Ash won't do that because Caesar wouldn't want that, and he gets killed because of that. And Koba's like, "Caesar's no longer in charge. I'm in charge. You do what I say."
I feel like if Blue Eyes just went, apes don't kill apes, I feel like everybody else would have rallied and been like, yeah, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, like I thought apes don't kill apes, huh? What's wrong with you? And Kobe would be like, "Oh fuck, I fucked up."
My bad. And then he gets tossed over. But
Yeah.
that's an ending that we wish
Yeah.
happened.
And then, like, obviously they have to take care of Caesar, so Malcolm goes into the city all alone, and he's confronted by Blue Eyes, and he's like, Blue Eyes is about to shoot him, but it's like, no, my dad wouldn't want that. And Malcolm's like, your dad is alive, actually.
Yeah.
Please come with me.
So he brings Blue Eyes to the old house from the first movie where he was with James Franco. And it's nice to see.
Yeah.
You know, like there's old portraits of them together. There's a videotape of them as well. Him learning sign language, of course,
Yeah.
which is a very touching moment.
Yeah, and he tells Blue Eyes that, they didn't do this. The humans didn't do this. Koba did this. And Blue Eyes is like, oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, so, but Caesar knows that if he grows up, sure, you see that Caesar's alive. But that doesn't matter if he's weak.
Yeah.
If he can't show that he's dominant within the hierarchy,
Yeah.
he's not gonna rally the troops.
Yeah, so it takes like 3 days of Blue Eyes freeing prisoners such as Maurice, and like Caesar just healing. That is such a sick scene when Maurice realizes it's time to escape and he just goes full.
Yeah, he
Rageful.
like grabs one of the apes
Yeah.
and just tips the bus, and that was a really sick scene.
It's like I've never seen an orangutan angry, nor do I ever want to see one angry at me.
I mean, have you seen that orangutan played by Christopher Walken in Jungle Book?
Yeah.
That shit was terrifying.
And seeing that orangutans are like, at least in our eyes, the most docile, you're like, what the fuck did you do to make this one so mad that it wants to kill you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As Bill Burr once said. But yeah, like, Blue Eyes brings the rest of the troops to the house, and Caesar has to hurry because he's like, they're bringing the women, including mom and my brother, and Caesar's like, we have to go right now. And Malcolm has to escort Caesar underground because there's a shortcut, but Malcolm stopped by Dreyfus and the rest who are underground as well, so he tells Caesar to go ahead, and Malcolm goes back to Malcolm and his company, Dreyfus and his company, and Dreyfus is like, oh look, we planted C4 all over the tower, we have a shot.
We could pretty much take them all out with one, like, you could take out 2 birds with 1 stone, kind of.
Yeah.
But knowing knowing the plan, Malcolm has to, I guess, stall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pretty much stalls Dreyfus by saying not all apes are the same. He's trying to explain that the whole Koba and Caesar thing.
Yeah, no, that's why he's like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?"
Yeah. Like, I get it. I get why Dreyfus is like, you're out of your mind.
And that's like, he's like, he tells him like, "I don't think you have the faintest idea of what the fuck you're talking about."
Right? But of course, he just needs to stall them enough.
Yeah.
To make sure that he doesn't kill Caesar. Because this is their last chance at peace.
Yeah, and then they go up. You go up back to Caesar, confronting Koba, and he's like, "You're leading all the apes to war." And Koba's like, "Koba, strong. Humans, weak," or something like that.
No. Koba strong, Caesar weak. And then Caesar goes Koba weak. And then that's when they start fighting.
We're like, oh, shit.
This was a really sick fight scene to wait. And I fucking love it. You see Caesar taking advantage of Koba's like scratch mark on his left side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like, I don't know how Caesar won this though. Like, the man still had like a busted up shoulder from that shot, but he won.
Yeah. Like, he just used his smarts like any other ape would.
Yeah. But back to Malcolm and Dreyfus. Sad to say, Dreyfus already contacted the army, and they're coming nonetheless.
Yeah.
To wipe out the apes. So Dreyfus takes that opportunity to pull the trigger.
Yeah, and he's like, "What are you doing?" "I'm saving the human race." You're like, yeah. I feel like if I was Dreyfus in that situation, I might have done the same thing.
Yeah, I had nothing to lose. Family dead, kids dead.
Yeah.
Oh well, I felt bad for the two guys though.
They're like, "Wait, we want to live."
Yeah, we didn't sign up for this. I'm just communications.
Yeah.
Malcolm ducks out in time. Doubted that if this was a realistic movie,
Yeah.
he would have not made it. But he hid underneath the train tracks, surviving the blast. Thus making the fight upstairs a bit more intense.
Yeah. The poor ape's trapped by debris. Like, Koba sees his gun between an ape and debris, and he's like lifting it up, and the ape's like, "Ah, thank you, Koba. You're such a great leader." He just drops it again, and the poor ape like, "Oh, poor thing."
Yeah. Koba takes the opportunity to shoot at Caesar. Caesar sees it, fights back, and Koba's dangling by an edge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then Koba just goes, "Ape, not kill ape." And then Caesar pulls him up a bit, and he's like, "You are not ape." And he's like, "Oh, fuck." And then it's not even a clean fall. He like gets entangled in a rope.
Koba had that whole like Titanic things off the ship kind of moment.
Lands on the tower, and then he falls. Like, that's funny though.
Yeah, but you see like Koba spent all his get out of jail free card, you know.
Yeah.
That was like a thing all throughout the movie. Koba would reach out his hand, ask for forgiveness. Caesar would always accept it.
Yeah.
Here, he just drops him.
Yeah. And then, like, you see the apes. They're all downstairs already. You see the apes get Malcolm, and Caesar's like, "Leave him be. He's fine. He's a good human." And then Malcolm tells him the bad news that they've contacted the military. You have to escape. And he's like, "Before war starts," and Caesar's like, "No, it's already begun. Humans will not forgive this. It's too late for us. You save yourself."
Yeah, I love that realization. It's not a good ending.
Yeah.
The bad guys won this.
Yeah.
Caesar now has the burden to command a war that he didn't start.
Yeah.
Which sucks as a narrative standpoint, but it does compel me to watch the next movie now.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're not gonna do another Planet of the Apes movie for a while, but now after this review, I'm gonna watch the third one.
Yeah, same here. Like, if you never saw the deleted scene of War for the Planet of the Apes talking about Malcolm's fate, then you should be fine sleeping at night.
Wait, what happened to Malcolm?
He tells Woody Harrelson the same thing he tells Dreyfus, like, "These apes are more than just apes. They're remarkable. You should talk to them." And then Woody Harrelson just shoots him. That's what he tells Caesar.
That's
Yeah.
because you could tell that when time passes, where What happened to James Franco? That didn't make it. No, with Malcolm, I'm kind of glad they kind of took that out.
Yeah, well, I mean, they
I
don't
actually,
show him being shot. Just Woody Harrelson just tells Caesar like, I shot him.
sorry if my dog is.
Yeah, I guess dogs don't like talking about apes. Like, I guess there's some war between dogs and apes.
Yeah,
Your dog's
yeah,
part of the war between dogs and apes, apparently.
yeah.
Yeah, but like, if you thought Dreyfus was a bad guy, like, you just wait till Woody Harrelson comes aboard, because he is a villain,
Mm-hmm.
nonetheless. But yeah, we're not talking about that movie. We're talking about this movie, and I would say it is a very. But so I love how this movie ends the way it begins with Caesar's eyes. You're like, full circle. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but now it's just they could have. I hate the thought of it.
Yeah, the when
Yeah.
Malcolm goes, what you're about to say.
Yeah, where I thought we almost had it.
Yeah.
And Caesar goes. I also thought.
Bastard eye. You're like,
I was like, fuck. They were this close.
Yeah.
If Koba just didn't fuck up, if like, damn it, Jesus Christ, Koba.
yeah, like if only humans weren't so cruel to Koba, maybe him being an alright guy, you know?
Again, it's just faults of indirect, like it's the indirect faults of different people who had
Yeah.
nothing to do with the situation.
Yeah. But this is a good movie, and since we're doing this as a follow-up of Avatar: The Way of Water, I think this is appropriate because this sci-fi trilogy also has a lesson.
Yep.
Um,
No matter what, apes are gonna repeat what we done.
sure. Yeah. All that being said, what would you rate this one?
And I can't see any fault in this movie. I really don't. I love this trilogy. Sure, the first one I would say is a good starter, like as a good appetizer. This was like A5 beef steak.
Yeah.
This was just yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. Like this is probably my favorite Planet of the Apes movie. Third one was good. I gotta rewatch it just to make sure what I say next. But this one was just so good. Sure, the human aspect. Sometimes it's a problem with like Godzilla and Transformers, but it added so much depth for this movie.
Yeah.
Like they showed enough human time that it was like it's not intrusive to the story or to the main character,
Yeah.
and it wasn't annoying. Caesar and everybody else. Andy Serkis did a great job playing a Caesar. Who's the name of the guy who played Koba?
Toby Kebbell.
Yeah, I really wish to see him more in his stuff. Besides mocap.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie was fucking great. So it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. You know what? I really can't think of any faults. I'll also give this a 10 out of 10. Like, this is a really good sci-fi movie. Like, this entire trilogy is one of my favorites. And like when it ended, and there was more sequels, I was kind of like, I kind of want more apes though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Rather than Star
of
Wars.
course, you're there. Yeah, you're there for the apes. Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Like when the Star Wars sequels were happening and the Apes trilogy ended, I was like kind of bummed out because I'm like, kind of prefer the Apes one though.
Right? Like, sure, we had this whole Star Wars madness with the new trilogy.
Yeah.
When this one flew under our radar.
Yeah.
Or the actual perfect trilogy.
Yeah.
Was the Planet of the Apes.
Speaking of flying under everybody's radar, that's a nice segue to tease our next sci-fi movie, which flew under everybody's radar in 2009, and it's not set in America, it's set in South Africa. If you guys know what that is, look forward to that because that'll be the next movie we talk about. But yeah, that's been our video on Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. What do you guys think? Which entry is your favorite? And are you excited for the next, I guess, trilogy when it comes out, or the beginning of the next trilogy when it comes out in 2024 with Freya Allen? If you guys don't know who that is, she is Ciri from The Witcher series. on Netflix.
I really can't wait. Wait, isn't that like isn't she supposed to be like a human who grew up with the apes?
I think so.
Yeah, that's gonna be that kind of story. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to see more of us here, please like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. You can also find us on Facebook, Spotify, and TikTok under the same name. Facebook to see us react to trailers, stream video games and about our lives from time to time. TikTok to see our best and funniest moments. Spotify to hear us on the go. Maybe you're having a safari and you like to listen to podcasts in safaris. I don't know.
Maybe you're an ape and you're listening to our podcast. And
Years
if
in
you
the
are,
future.
thank you. We're on your side.
We
We
will
know
also
you'll
listen.
win.
I like this podcast. But yeah, individually you can find me at KenDolphins1995 on IG and Twitter. How about you?
Oh, you find me at John G and _on Instagram. That's my account.
And that's all the time we have for this video. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.